New tonight, the chief of the largest police department in North Carolina calling for bond reform. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Chief Jennings wants state lawmakers to set stricter guidelines for how bonds are set.
Yeah, Jennings sat down with us today to talk about his problems with the current law, which he says results in arbitrary and sometimes incorrect bonds in his opinion. He says that he's worried, particularly with violent repeat offenders, that it could be putting our community at risk.
Let me be clear. I don't blame magistrates individually. I blame the system because
CMPD Chief Jennings talking candidly about his frustration with the justice system. In North Carolina, magistrates have a lot of leeway in setting bond for defendants, and there's no state law setting any guidelines. Our Verify team did find some counties do have some benchmarks for certain offenses, but no requirements that magistrates follow them.
These are a decent place to start, considering the nature of this offense, considering the prior record level, things like that. No, a magistrate has broad discretion.
Jennings says what results are, in his words, arbitrary bond levels, sometimes surprisingly high, other times shockingly low.
They need to have those guidelines to say that, okay, we have somebody who is shot, whether it's a police officer or not, this person is shot. I should have a minimum that I say that I cannot legally set a bond low enough that this person can simply walk out the door before the officers finish his paperwork.
Such was the concern last month, the chief says, when a magistrate set the bond for a man suspected of shooting one of his officers in the leg in Noda.
The magistrate set the bond at $170,000, which for $17,000 that individual could get out of jail. When you look at someone who just shot a police officer and shot at another officer and shot into an occupied business, how is that opportunity to get out of jail so low?
A district court judge raised that man, Toddrick McFadden's, bond a few days after Jennings publicly voiced concerns. But now the chief says we need a permanent fix.
I'm not sitting here saying I know all the answers. I just think we need to start those discussions, and we need to start looking at how we can change this part of the criminal justice system so that we can keep our communities safer.
And you can catch up on our team's Verify stories about these bond policies and how much discretion these magistrates have. Those pieces on our website, WCNC.com.